Before I received eternal life, I was afraid of dying. When I was young, my father died of multiple myeloma. In the final weeks of his life, he demonstrated a great fear of what would happen to him. I think you can imagine how his fear would affect a 24-year-old young man. I figured that if my dad wasn't sure what would happen to him when he died, how would I know? In the days that followed his death, I was literally scared to death of death. Then someone shared with me the greatest news that I had ever heard about how one has eternal life, and it literally changed my life, both now and forever. If you're the praying sort, now is a very good time. Now that I have eternal life, I no longer fear death. About a week after he shared with me this great news, I was on a flight from Chicago to Newark. The plane got up in the air and the pilot came on and said, "Fox, I have some really bad news for you. This plane doesn't have any hydraulic fluid. We need hydraulic fluid to put the landing gear down. More important, we need hydraulic fluid to hold the landing gear down. I can still control the plane and we're full of fuel, so it doesn't make any sense to try to go back and land in Chicago. We're going to go onto Newark. Have another plane look to see if our landing gear is down, and then try to make a landing. If you're the plane sort, now is a very good time." People around me began to panic on the plane. Some were trying to call their kids on the telephone. Some were fighting over the use of the telephone. I can remember sitting in my seat and for the first time in my life not being afraid of dying. It was because of what this person shared with me. That day, I knew for sure that if I died, I would go to be with God in heaven. I have had that confidence ever since, and my life has never been the same.